Hello there and welcome to this PlayStation development tutorial. In this episode we're playing sounds and I found these two sounds from Crash Bandicoot that we're going to try to play back on a PlayStation, and here they are. Probably recognize that one and also that one. So we're going to try to play these. The way we're going to do that is we're going to convert them into a file format that the PlayStation can understand, and then we're going to write some code that can play back the file on the PlayStation. I'm also going to explain how this works, but not completely in depth. So let's get started. To convert the sounds, there's a tool in your SciQ folder. You can see it in the bin folder here. It's called VAG-Edit. So just launch that. And the way you convert the sounds is that you can just drag them in. And what this tool does is that it converts a WAV file, which is a sound format. It converts WAV files to VAG files that the PlayStation can understand. Or at least the SciQ library can play back on the PlayStation. So it's very easy, you just drag them in, and here the sound is. You can click play here, then you can hear it. That means that the program actually understood what you did, so that's good. So let's just save it. And you see it saved the VAG file for the crate. So let's do it with the other one as well, this one. Plays back fine, then let's save that. Right, and then I have the two files. These are ready to use for the PlayStation. So let's actually, because we cannot access these files directly from the PlayStation, we have to convert them into a header file. So let's do that. There's a tool here, bin2h, that can convert any file into a header. So we're going to use that to convert these two files into a header file. So let's do that. Now, we don't actually have to convert them into a header file, but we do have to in our case, because we don't have something that can load data dynamically from the CD yet. If we had so, we could stream these files from the CD and load them into memory whenever we wanted to. But in this case, we just have the files and we don't have a system for loading content dynamically yet. So what we're going to do is to just load them in right away and make a header that you can include, so they will be included in compile time when you write the program. So the way you do that is that you go to where the files are, and I'm here on my desktop, and I run the bin2h file on each of the files. And I write the output name, that would be hpup.h. And you see I have the header file right here. Let's do it with the other one as well. That will be the crate. And let's call that crate.h. And there we go, we have the two header files. Alright, so now these are ready for being played on the PlayStation. Let's go ahead and actually do that. So I'm gonna copy these files and I'm gonna delete these because we don't actually need them. And let's go to our coding environment here. So this is a blank project that I've created. This is based off of episode 5, where we have the image kit, the constants.h and controller.h. We're not actually gonna use any of these other than constants.h in this episode. And this is just a very basic setup where you, like in the other episodes, we initialize, we update something, we draw some sprites or whatever we want to draw, and we display it. Now, since we're working with audio in this episode, we're not actually going to draw things. So I just wanted this boilerplate here, template, so we can have something to go from here. So let's create a new folder in the project. Gonna name it sounds. And I'm just gonna paste the sounds here. And you can see these are the This is the content of the sound. So I'm gonna go ahead and include that. Include sounds / HP up. And also the other one, sounds / create.h. Yeah, let's do that correctly. There we go. All right. So before we go ahead, let's just set up some basics here. Let's initialize the screen and set the background color to, let's say, create color. Which color? Blue. Let's do blue today. That's a nice color. Right, and why doesn't that work? Oh yeah, right. Semicolon there. Good. So let's try to compile this. I have a shell here that I've gone into the directory of the project. Let's try to make this. And that seems like it worked. You can also see here that the executable has been added. So let's actually open up an emulator and see how this looks. Now I'm using a new emulator in this episode. It's called Nocache PSX, and it's made by a guy called Nocache. It's a really good emulator because you can use it to debug as well. You can see text output and you can see like what's in the memory of the PlayStation and in the different parts of it while you use it. So I highly recommend it, but you can use any emulator you want. So let's go ahead and load in the main.exe and see what's there. And we have the blue background as we wrote. All right, so now let's go ahead and play a sound. So to play the sound, we need to understand something about the PlayStation first. Because on the actual PlayStation, there's a device called the SPU, or the sound processor. And what this thing does is that it's just a memory for the sounds. So if you want to play a sound, you need to copy the sound into this area of the memory on the PlayStation. So you need to move the sounds into the SPU and then tell the PlayStation to play from the SPU. So that's how it works, very basically. Now the SPU has different channels that you can play. These are called voice channels, and on each voice channel you can play one sound at a time. So you can only have one sound at a time, playing at a time per voice channel. I think there are, how many voice channels was there again? You can actually see that in here. IO map voices, 23 voice channels on here. I'm not sure if there are more. But let's actually try to play something on one of the channels. So we're going to init, audio init. That's the first thing. This will prepare the audio system. Then we will transfer the VAC. Remember, we created the VAC. We will transfer that into the SPU. We put in the address of the sound, which will be these that we just generated. So let's try to do this HP up first. And the addresses should be this. And then what was it, the size? Yes, and that's, we also have HP up size. And finally we have to specify the channel that we want to use. So that these are constants in the SciQ SDK. And if you want to use channel 0, you can just write SPU underscore the channel you want to use and ch. So this will play on channel 0 and this will play on channel 5 and so on. So that should be good. And let's just try to play it right away. And we also need to specify which channel we want to play on here. That's channel 0. Good, that seems pretty nice. Let's try to compile this. And let's see if that worked. And that actually did play a sound. So that's how you play a sound. Now let's try to experiment a bit more here, because we actually have multiple channels to work with. So let's try to play two sounds at the same time. So we already transferred one sound into channel 0, but let's try to do another one as well. Because we have 2 sound effects, so let's just try to do the second one, the crate, and put that into the channel 1. And let's just start by playing the crate so we can see that the crate actually works as well. Now I'm just playing channel 1 now. So this should just be crate sound. And this. So let's try both at the same time. Audio play, SPU, channel 1 and channel 0. And that should play both of them at the same time. Let's see if it does that. And it does. So that's how you play, you work with sounds. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you wonder why am I using Windows 10 and is it actually 64-bit? Yes, that's actually the case. I've migrated from Windows XP because it's pretty old at this point and it's very hard to work with, I think. So I'm going to show this in the next episode, how you can work on a modern system, and Linux is included. I will also show how you can set up a PlayStation environment on Linux. So thank you so much for watching. If you appreciate this, please leave a comment or join my Discord. I'll happily see you there. And I'll see you in the next episode.